Cue cards have always been a difficult task for the IELTS speaking candidates for both IELTS academic as well as IELTS general. But trust me, it's not really that much difficult if you know the exact questions that are about to come in your exam, or let's say you know the exact strategies on how to speak on those cue cards properly with your examiner. So in this particular video, I'll be sharing with you the latest cue cards of 2022, which I have researched personally and I think have super high chances of coming between the month of Jan 2022 and April 2022. Alright, and you should be watching this video till end, and the main reason for that is I'll be sharing the cue card questions, the latest cue cards of 2022. Also, I'll be sharing the band 9 answers for each of those cue cards for your reference, so you can prepare from those answers and speak effortlessly and fetch the bands you desire in your speaking module. Alright, so make sure you hit the subscribe button and like this video, and without any further bullshit, let's jump into the video. Alright guys, coming to the first cue card of your list, which is describe a businessman you admire. You should be talking about who this person is, how do you know this person, what kind of business this person does, and finally, why do you admire this person. The band 9 answer for this cue card is, my father is a businessman and I admire him the most because of the way he operates in his business. He runs a clothing factory and supplies goods overseas. The sole reason I admire him and respect him as my role model is because of his leadership skills and the way he finds the perfect people for the perfect job. One of his sayings are, always have the guts to walk alone like an one-man army. Alright, coming to our next cue card, which is, talk about a time when you gave good advice to someone. You should be talking about, explain how you felt about it, when it was, to whom you gave the advice. And the band 9 answer for this particular cue card is, alright, so there was this time during my 11th grade when I gave an advice to my best friend about addiction. I felt really amazing after sharing my perspective with him, as he was walking down the wrong lane of addiction at a very tender age and was getting terrible at his academics. I'm glad he believed in my advice and followed what I said. Luckily now, he's doing great in a renowned college in India. Coming to a third cue card, which is, describe a difficult decision that you once made. You should be talking about, these are the subparts obviously, what the decision was, when you made the decision, how long did it take for you to make the decision, and explain why it was a difficult decision to make. You should be covering all these subpoints in your speaking examination when talking about this cue card. So let's see the band 9 answer for this particular cue card. Decision making is an important skill. Although I do not take much time while making a decision, in some cases it turns out to be a daunting task. Daunting is a very good vocabulary. Recently, I had to decide on the purchase of a new smartphone for myself. After going through the product features of both the phones, I was in a state of bewilderment, again a band 9 vocabulary. It had taken me 2 months to make a choice. Full stop. The decision was tough because both iPhone and Android phones have carved, another good word, out a niche, another good word, in the smartphone market. That's how you talk about a band 9 cue card. Alright, coming to our fourth latest cue card of 2022, which is, describe a skill that was difficult for you to learn. You should be talking about what was the skill, when do you learn it, why you learned it, and how is it useful. Let's see the band 9 answer for it. Well, in today's economy, skills are more important than education. Recently, I learned digital marketing and it was really a difficult skill to master because of its huge syllabus and vast technicalities. Technicalities is a band 9 vocab. I learned digital marketing because due to pandemic, the world is going online and digital marketing is a tool to market online businesses and get them customers. This can be monetized and hence it is useful for me to make a career in it. That's it. Coming to the final cue card of today's video, which is, describe someone you really like to spend time with. You should be talking about who is it, what special is in him or her, how often do you meet. Let's see the band 9 answer. This is the latest cue card of 2022 and have high chances to come in your exam. Let's talk about the answer. The person I like to spend time with the most is my grandfather. He always takes me down the memory lane to his childhood flashbacks and tells me stories in which I often get lost for hours. I really like the way he explains everything and also his having a very visionary mindset. It's due to him I have developed a goal in my life and I'm having the mindset to do whatever it takes to make my dreams a reality. I love my grandfather and I meet him every other evening for at least 2 hours and on Sundays for the entire day as well. That's how you talk about a band 9 cue card. Very in a conversational style, do not make it too formal or too informal. Those were the 5 latest cue cards that I've personally researched and I think have super high chances of coming between Jan 2022 and April 2022 in your exam. So make sure you prepare them. I provide the answers as well. And the last tip for this video, super important, and that is, do not just focus on cue cards. You have to focus on IELTS speaking part 1 and part 3 as well. And for that, I've luckily made videos. You have to watch this particular video if you want to know the exact strategies for part 1 and part 3. And also if you want to know about
the lexical resource, the vocab for IELTS speaking to score band 8 or band 9, you have to watch this particular video because vocabulary has 25% weightage. And that's it for this video, guys. Make sure to subscribe button and like this video. Till then, stay awesome, stay sexy, and I'll see you in the next one.